What's up, YouTube, and welcome back to our playoff NCL Weekly Digest. I am joined, of course, by our beautiful co-host right above me, Captain Slinky himself.
I'm an egg.
He is an egg today. And we are also joined by, as you guys can see, our resident finals candidate, Mystery CD.
What the fuck is up, party people? My name is Mystery, and yeah, you love to see it. You absolutely love to see it.
Next week we'll be back to ask Mystery how it feels to losing.
Oh no! We're gonna be asking Mystery how does it feel. You're gonna be in Disney World with a ring.
How does it feel in Disney World? If you go to Disney World because you won NCL,
that's you're going anywhere for winning NCL.
I already got the trip booked, bitch.
I gotta. If you win NCL, I'm making you a batch of chili, and you gotta be over here.
You know what, bro? I'm gonna hold you to that.
Fair.
I'm gonna hold you to that.
Fair. So, guys, as you can see, we have a rematch of NCL Season 1 Championship of Will versus Mystery. So this is really cool. In the second season, we have a rematch already. But as you can see, it's been a while since we've done the NCL Digest, so we're just going to go over playoffs in general. We're not going over Week 11, I'm sorry, but it's just too much to go over, and we don't feel. And so we're going to get right into this with... Probably we'll go from Tristan to Chris to Mystery's game, and then on to the second round.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so basically these playoffs, like almost every game except for maybe the Tristan Buxton game, have been amazing. I've loved every single game. So I'm gonna start this game right now. As you guys can see, Mystery and Slink can both see my screen, so they know where I am at. This was huge. Turn one. I don't know, like, I'll let Mystery talk a little bit about it, but I don't understand staying in and pressing Nature's.
I really don't. I don't. I know his switch-ins were bad, and he wanted to keep Corsola healthy for Swampert, which he didn't have, which is why I'm like, I cannot believe he went and just, like, I'm going to trade this for 50%. Why? What did you gain?
The funny thing is, like, Tapu Koko puts in so much work.
Yeah, and it was like if you can kill Ferrothorn, which he had Nature's Madness, like it can do work here. And I think it's another case of Tristan struggling in early game. Like I've been preaching this, and I know he doesn't like it, but it's just kind of true. Like he struggles in early game, has to always find himself struggling to climb back into games, and it's not a winning formula.
I just don't. Yeah, I really just don't understand. Sacking your Tapu Koko first turn to a Nidoking that you're obviously not killing with anything.
Or SDing with a Zapdos still alive.
Like, yeah. It's not even Buxton's fault. It's the fact of, like, Nidoking, he led Nidoking, which was a great lead, I think, for him. And then what comes in? He just rests Earth Power. There's literally no, like, best answer for that. The best thing that he could swap in is Spadef, Scizor, in which he could just push Flamethrower the next turn if he has it.
Yeah.
Because he can bring rain. So, I don't know. It just felt like prep for Nidoking was a little non-existent. And then I agree with Mystery with just the fact of, like, if Corsola was for Swampert, then, like, and you don't see Swampert, then what's, like, use it. You know what I mean? Like, it can have some value somewhere else. It doesn't need to be, like, saved for anything else. Because looking at the rest of his team, the only thing maybe Corsola does is, like, Ferrothorn beats it if it has Leech. I don't remember if the Pharaoh had a Leech.
It can kind of take hits from Zapdos, but really Nidoking would be the one. And I told him that I'm like, I think you go Spadef because you have Scizor and Serena. I'm like, I think you go Spadef Corsola so you have an extra thing for Nidoking. He just kind of submitted to the idea that, like, if Nidoking's here, he's gonna lose, and I was like, that's kind of fair because it just went in, but.
Well, Nidoking being there doesn't always mean you lose, though.
Well, also the fact that, like, I hate that play.
But
I really
want to
play.
Cure him.
And then turn 24, I believe, he clicks triple axle and dies to Ferrothorn and Iron Barbs.
Recoil, yeah.
Just to do, like, a total of 25%. I just.
And then that gets rid of his hazard removal because Scizor was set up. So it just. I don't know. It felt really, really weird.
It was not a good game for Tristan.
No, this was one of his worst performances the whole season. It sucks it comes in playoffs. I don't know. I don't think there's really a whole lot else we can say.
I didn't realize he was brick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want to run Superpower because Tristan doesn't like moves that do a lot of damage but have an extra effect.
And then he ended up killing his Sizzler to kill the Ferret.
The thing that's crazy is that this Corsola kind of put in work for like a good 10 turns here. He couldn't fucking kill this shit.
Well, the Obstagoon was accidentally, we're gonna see in a minute, was Reckless instead of Guts. So.
Oh, it was Reckless instead of Guts.
That was funny as
Well,
fuck.
I also don't understand why Buxton went straight Laios and then pressed DD on the Mon that has Willow and String Sap.
That's String Sap and Willow, yeah.
What are we doing here?
I really thought he was gonna be fucking. When I saw DD, I figured it was Lum. Excuse me. And
yeah, or something like that.
but no, it was leftovers, and you just let it take a thing. But yeah, no, if it's Guts, that just Corsola just dies.
Mm-hmm.
So that was huge for Tristan to keep the shit alive. So that's fair.
Funniest thing is that Corsa could have like 1v1 this entire team.
Oh yeah, it did. It dodged the Hurricane, which is Pog.
Just sat there. This Mon is so dumb.
Missed the Willow. Great.
I'm gonna go on hyper fast because this game was pretty
That's
much
fine.
over for me.
Yeah, at that point it was over.
There's
Yeah.
no way Kiram can like win this for the rest of us. I mean, Kiram had a chance if it was DD, but it wasn't,
Yeah.
and it just struggled to kill the.
I guess okay. To be fair, Earth Power did 72 to Corsola, but I also said Ghost Bidef, so whatever.
Yeah.
So that pretty much wraps it up, and then we're gonna go to the Monkey Battle round 2, which was
my
even
God.
better.
Probably
this
the
time.
best game of the season.
It's up there. It's up there.
This game was amazing. It was
fucking
really great.
Crazy and stressful and so good.
Yeah, Slink, what did you see going in this matchup? Like, 2 weeks in a row.
Basically the only thing I thought of was, well, it's like I can't bring the same kind of tricks I brought the first time because you can be ready for those.
Mm-hmm.
This
Then
is
I do
huge,
feel
you know?
bad about
Yeah.
the missing the Stone Edge. It didn't kill the Arcanine because it was full Fizz Def, but I wouldn't have had Arcanine for later.
It's really cool.
Also, Zarud Dada finally came.
Yeah, because
This
he didn't realize.
This
And
fucking
then-
Togekiss.
That's what Togekiss did. What Togekiss does.
Like, I
sat
understand it's
there.
playoffs, so I can't fault Chris for it, but
Just want to say you broke through on the
Aeropush,
second
bro.
try.
Okay, but he didn't break. Like we'll see later, he didn't break through at all.
Yeah,
ever.
well, yeah, that's
He
the
had
only
one
breakthrough
flip
I
turn.
got in history. It's a flip turn.
What turn are you
Not
guys
the
on?
toxic, not the
I'm on
toxic
10.
or 2 recovers I tried to do later.
I also want to say that Slink has like some of the biggest balls of somebody in playing. Like he will straight go towards, and then the energy.
No
ball
fear.
crit. Yeah, no fear.
No
He,
fear.
He went
Oh,
in.
That didn't matter. Energy
you have
ball
a
crit
Rocky
didn't
helmet
matter.
and I have a multi-hit mod? Yeah, I'm clicking Surging Strikes. I don't care.
And then Dragapult, it was so weird because Dragapult for some reason just never did enough like damage.
Yeah.
It was just weird for Dragapult to not do enough.
I think he should have killed the Arcanine when he had the chance to. He
absolutely.
DD'd again on it.
hmm
He had Hydro as well, right?
He killed
He
the
did.
Gliscor right now.
He absolutely had it. Yeah, he had Hydro, and I was not expecting it. I was like,
I know,
oh,
I
it's
told
a
him to run
physical
that.
set.
I
And then
told
he
him to
clicked
run
Hydro
that.
Pump, and it's like,
hmm
well, that's not good.
There was a really cool set that I helped him build because I was like, I told him, he was like, I want to go DD, and I was like, okay, that's not a bad idea. I kind of like that, because of the speed for Mega Zan. And he was like, okay, I want to run Dragon Darts and like Phantom Force, and I told him no. Like, think about it like this. I think the Arcanine with Intimidate and then the Gliscor are both going to be there, and I feel like they're going to both be Fizz Def, and you can't do anything to either of them. So how about you run
Yeah.
Hydro Pump, which kills the Gliscor?
But yeah, that was
after
the turn that kind of hurt, was where he clicked Dazzling Gleam against my Milotic. I lived and then got full parried.
Yeah, that
When I was going for recover,
I mean, at the same time, he probably would have just pressed Air Slash then and probably flinched you
He would've,
down,
but-
it had a chance, yeah. And then this was a really cool play by Chris, going Dragapult and then doubling into Togekiss. That was really good play by
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
and this
solid.
crit did not matter because I was not specially defense invested, and it would have 2-hit KO'd anyway.
This was the crazy. He got the lowest roll possible on Air Slash to not kill the Alakazam.
No, I had
Yeah,
I
that-
had HP invest.
Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting.
I think it still had a shot.
It still was...
It had a
in
shot,
his
but it was
favor.
like a 50-50.
I think it was in his favor. It was like 60% or something with your HP.
Yeah.
But yeah, that really sucked. And then,
And then the
this,
Dragapult.
This is probably the craziest game of the game where Dragon Darts didn't kill.
Don't sleep on slacking.
He just ate it. It was. I know he's burned, but like it was just.
I was shitting myself. I was like, how the fuck did that live? I still thought he won. I still thought he won.
This is the exact point where I was like, oh my god, I win. I win this game.
I don't think he should have U-turned on the slacking. I think he should have stayed in and pressed like
Ironhead.
Yeah,
I agree.
Ironhead would have been good.
It would have forced the.
It would have forced me to go into Zarude, and then it would have been
like a better
a flinch thing.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't know what my item was on Zarude.
Yeah, no. If it's not Tangaberry, he wins there. So like
exactly. If it is anything but Tangaberry, he wins. Yeah, but I brought Tangaberry.
Yeah.
With for Pinsir, but it ended up working for Jirachi, which is like that's like the pinnacle of Pokemon Draft League is bringing something for a Pokemon and having it work for somebody else, right? Like,
yeah. Or save you last game. My favorite thing is I know this too because I remember Slink talking to Slink before the battle and he was just like, because we were talking about changing it, me and Slink were to like lefties, and he was like, dude, I just have this intuition that I'm gonna need this Tangaberry. And I was like, okay, because I didn't see it. I was like, I don't really see a need at all.
Exactly. I was like, I feel like this Tangaberry is going to win me the game.
And it 100% did. And I feel like that is the best feeling in draft, is like having that intuition to put like an item on last second, or it's just in it, then it works. That is like the best thing ever.
I've got to agree.
It was a really, really great game. And then we'll go on to the other probably best game.
Really good game. Really, really solid game.
Great. And I have to give props. It was me versus Mystery. And this game was just amazing. It did not start out great for me because I had no swap into Rotom. It was just Garchomp. But Mr.
That would have been better than throwing a Mr. Mime and taking 92. Jesus.
Okay, but the thing is, I did that is because I looked at the team and I was like, Mr. Mime's useless. Like, Rhyme is useless. I can't get on anybody, and I literally can't do anything with this mon. It's just more of like letting Mawile in every single second, and I was like, I don't want to let Maul in. The Magic.
The Magico was dope.
Magico was that was cool.
I said I didn't give a crap at that point. I was like, I'm leeching again.
I wanted to make sure Rotom could stay. Like, you weren't gonna be able to protect on me and get 24% every time Rotom came in. So it was to stop that. Willow catches the Garchomp, which was dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was pretty solid overall.
And I messed up my speed tiers, or you put speed in your Tapu Fini. And
I had like 52.
Okay, that makes sense. And then this was cool. I honestly did not expect you to stay in and press knockoff. I figured you were set up. I just had this like into it. I'm like, yeah, he's gonna set up right now. I'm like, I can't let him do that. And if he's sash, I'm fucked. So I was right and definitely paid off. I thought you'd Shadow Ball after expecting to switch, so I lost my fucking Fini. And that sucked ass. I knew you were going to stay in, too. I was like, he's going to expect you to press Shadow Ball. I'm like, I'm not doing it. I'm just pressing Sludge. He's not going Mawile here to lose his Mawile, like, early, you know? Like, he's not doing that. And we're not playing sucker games. So, after this, though, I feel like after that Gengar really, like, broke the door open with Fini, I really gained momentum. This is when Lando started doing Lando things. This was probably the really like one of the coolest builds of the season in my opinion, was almost full Spadef Lando.
Yep.
To take, and it was, funnily enough, this is what we were talking about, Amon, using Amon for something that it wasn't meant to be for. This Lando was Spadef, Mystery said, to take Tangrowth hits. But it actually worked in his favor because
meant for fucking Giga Drain. That was what it was prepped for. Was Giga Drain Tangrowth, and this motherfucker brought Power Whip, and I'm like, are you fucking serious? So I'm like, all right. Well, I know he's got Synthesis, so I'll just EQ. Click Sleep Powder lands it. I'm like, okay, well this fucking sucks. At that point, I'm like, oh, he's not gonna have EQ, so I'm gonna go Mawile. If he clicks Knock, it's perfect for me. He does click Knock. I'm like, okay, no EQ, I'm good. I'm gonna set up my rocks.
He has EQ.
Rocks go up, clicks EQ. I'm like, this motherfucker like had my pace. There's no way. He EQs again, and then I'm like, okay, fuck, I need a sucker because if he goes to somebody else, I want to keep up like Mawile. I want to play rough into, just whatever.
This was the roughest part because rocks were up, and if rocks weren't up, I won right here, because if rocks weren't up, Dark Pulse didn't do enough to kill, or it was like a really high roll. It was
a roll, but you were not invested a lot, so I think it was in my favor. But what really sucks is he didn't have Aura Spear.
Yeah, I did. So actually, the big thing with that, I don't know if Slink knows, but I was actually Terrain Pulse because I didn't think the Fini was gonna be dead.
I did know you were Terrain Pulse.
It was really cool tech because the Misty Terrain, it would have done a brick load to the Finny, and that would actually have something to hit the Finny. If it, like I wanted to chip the Finny enough to terrain.
Yeah, it would have done a decent chunk to the Feeney and also taken care of the Greninja.
Don't you motherfuckers know? Turn 31, I had Nasty Plot clicked again, and I knew, and I just changed it because I'm like, in case he goes to Garchomp, and he clicked Protect. I'm like, God damn it. But then I
really baited he did not think I was Scarf the whole time.
I was more or less just a scout for it, but I should have just went Garchomp to begin with. You know, that was definitely a misplay on my part.
And then this freaking Lando being Spadef and waking up.
He clicks Shadow Ball, does 31. I live 2 more.
Yeah, I was like, what is this game? I was so mad. I was like, what is
Dude, he
this
got the
Lando?
Curse Body, and I thought in that moment, I'm like, if this motherfucker wins with Curse Body, like, there's going to be things said in this earth that have never have left the atmosphere. Bro, I would have been so... I'd have been pressed.
But
We'll put it like that.
It was a really, really great game, and it came down to the wire, and it really came down to, like, just...
Spadef Lando.
Yeah, it really did. Spadef Lando just put in the work. First turn, sleep, wake up, but, you know...
Definitely
I think Mystery was asking me before the battle, it's like, should I bring the SmackDown EQ? And it's like, I mean, probably.
I 100%... I was like, he's bringing it again, and it's gonna be Power and Fly for my freaking Tangrowth. And I was like, I was looking at my team, and I was like, oh, I legitimately lose to SmackDown Fly Lando, and he's never gonna let me hear the end of it. And he didn't bring Fly, but
he didn't have
SmackDown
Fly.
EQ still worked, so...
Bro, this is a PSA to everyone that has... You know, hey, Will, you have a Corviknight. If you have a Steel Flying type, I will bring SmackDown SD Lando. I don't care. Every single time. It's such a good set. It works every time. So... That's just a forewarning. It will probably be here next week.
Hopefully this comes out after the finals battle.
I don't give a fuck if he knows. He knows I bring it all the time too. He's already talked to me about it. Like,
well, that was an amazing game, and then we'll
yeah,
go
I
to,
agree.
the second round where Slink went and had to face Will, which was also a pretty decently good game. I enjoyed the game.
I made some fairly big misplays, but
for sure.
overall it was a good game.
This was the craziest thing. Staying in with our Shifu on the Mew like that. That was like, Slink does not care. I'm telling you.
The balls of steel. Also, I thought I should have pressed Thunderbolt here. I wanted to press
Thunderbolt. I don't know why you pressed Agility. Like, it was so early in the game.
Also, but it's like I wanted to press fucking Thunderbolt there, but I just didn't. So I thought he might go into like Weavile or Clef.
Oh fuck! Was I on mute that whole time? God damn it!
Yes.
Okay. Why do you yourself all the time?
Also, this
chair was like fucking
again, Weavile being a headache.
And that's what Mystery said in the beginning too. Weavile is a playoff mon, and it is a big headache.
Weavile is absolutely a playoff mon.
I thought you lost a ton of momentum by not clicking Thunderbolt on the Gigalith. It wouldn't have done a lot, but at least you figure out his set.
Yeah.
This Mew clicking U-turn like 45 times before clicking any other move pissed me off.
It was. I don't know what kind of Mew it was. I want to say it was like a setup.
It got sacked, didn't it?
It was Scarf, I think.
It didn't get. It didn't get sacked. He just didn't expect me to click U-turn.
Also, you clicked fucking Surging Strikes on a Corviknight that easily was. They clicked bulk up and could have just Brave Birded you and one-shot you.
It's big balls. He does not care.
Listen, it's like I'm facing Will.
Oh my god! And
this
tile.
And then this is what I told Slink, and Slink can tell everybody right now. I told Slink even before the battle. I was like, this Sceptile is a problem, man. Like
it was.
It's scary. And then Will asked me for help for his team, and I looked at it. I didn't give him like a whole lot of stuff because he had already made it, and I had looked. I hadn't looked at Slink's team.
There's also something that Brady pointed out to us after the match is over. It's like, why didn't you put X Scissor on Gliscor? That would have been great tech for Mega Sceptile. And I'm like,
and Weavile switching into you.
Yeah, you're right. It would have. I don't know why neither me or Mystery thought of that.
I mean, Weavile doesn't usually like to swap into Gliscor ever.
He brought it in like 2 times though.
That is
he did.
Crazy. But this Sceptile was just leech seeding everything, and it just sat.
Yeah, it's like I had nothing for this Sceptile.
Long. And
he did let a bunch of his mons heal up though. Like he let the Bronzong rest, he let the Arcanine get back to full. So that at that point I was like, okay, that's cool. Then he went Thunderous. I thought this play was awful. I'm like, fuck. There was other ways to break this thing. I'm like, don't let your Thundurus, and then you stayed in again. Oh no, you didn't. You went to Arcanine. Okay, my apologies. But I know at one point you let the Thundurus get to like 2%, and at that point I'm like, this core is almost impossible to kill. So
Yeah.
it just kind of tumbled downhill. It was unfortunate.
This is crazy too. Will does not. He's like Slink. He brought the freaking Weavile in on the Arcanine, like expecting a swap
Yeah.
or something. And then this is where I got kind of sad because the Scorching Sands didn't burn. But it is what it is.
Yeah, no, that
That's
Scorching
fine.
Sands burn would have saved my life.
Yeah, for sure.
But 30% is 30%.
And then you go back and you probably get. Yeah. This
No, I had already
Arcanine
been
was-
knocked.
This
is where he
Arcanine was pretty
revealed-
good though in this game.
Yeah. Like, at Morning Sun here, heal
This is
up,
where you get to 2%.
swap out of the Clefable.
And he goes Gigalith, which is a good play because Sand takes you out, and Thunderbolt doesn't do anything to him.
Yeah.
Are you on fast? Okay.
Yeah, I went on. And then the freaking the Mew got U-turned and died.
Yeah, it's like, I figured it's like, I can figure out what this Gigalith is, or I
Lash Out
can...
was pretty cool for
get
the
in-
rock.
I thought Will was bluffing. I thought he wasn't Scarf. I'm like, I think he's bluffing right
No,
now.
he was Scarf. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he was
and
absolutely Scarf.
it just, this part of me was like, he's fucking bluffing us right now.
And no, the Lash Out Weavile caught me off guard. I was like,
Because what does that do? That's if you take damage.
Double
That?
damage if you take damage that turn. So the rocks take.
No, it does double damage if you have a stat lowered that turn.
Oh.
So since I brought in the Intimidate Arcanine,
Oh,
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Why didn't he click
yeah,
that
no,
earlier?
that's
on
why
the
I was
Arcanine?
like, oh, fuck, that's so good.
yeah, it was really cool.
I was really shocked that he wasn't Mirror Armor Corviknight. With like Slink's all of his hazard removal is defog. And then Intimidate Arcanine. I was pretty shocked that he went pressure. I don't know. This game at this point was pretty much just Sceptile. Couldn't be killed. And
I
then
was hoping that Alakazam had done at this point. That's all. it
Alakazam
was.
doesn't get Thunderbolt.
Or whatever. Charge Beam, easy. It was just like Zam had to do everything at this point, and then the Weavile was still there, so it was just rough.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna go hyper fast. I mean, it was a good run by Slink. I'm very proud of him. He made it farther than he did last year, right? Or did you made it to?
No, he made semifinals, but he
Okay.
lost to
I
Will.
was gonna say I made semifinals last year and lost to Will.
Will is just
Seems to be a story here.
Everybody loses to Will. It's okay, bro.
Yeah.
But so it's just, it's gonna be.
At this point, it's just a
Breaking
long
the
story of
I'm just glad to see.
Will
though,
just slowly whittling me down.
Yeah, but I do want to say I think there has been a lot of improvement from last season to this season.
I agree. Yeah.
So I really appreciated having you. Slink,
Maybe
this
season 3 is when I can finally take on Will and actually win.
Yeah.
What's frustrating is that you've like definitely had good matchup here, and what weren't able to pull it out. That's like I don't know.
I had good matchup, but Will just,
He's Will. I mean,
and then it's like
Will
the
is
turn I
the
left.
master. Will is the master.
I'm gonna say when I left
chipping
Gliscor in
down.
on Weavile, I was like, well, he could be. I'm gonna say I could
Well,
just.
and then the options were down to 2. There was only
Yeah.
2 remaining that can
Well,
beat
we didn't-
Will. And
Also, that Focus Blast, it didn't actually matter because it was Adamant Weavile, but it would have had my Alakazam at full health.
Mhm.
We have the Buxton versus Mystery Game. And
Now look, before this starts, all right. Oh, you already started it. Fuck. Okay. Well,
Well,
Psychic doing
Bro,
half of that was fine.
I know. I thought it was Specs at first. I counted it was, and I was like, "Fuck, shit sucks." He sacked the
This
goon.
is- yes,
I'm like,
that was like-
"Bro,
that
pause
was
the
the
game,
biggest
pause the game,
misplay
pause the
of the
game, pause the game, pause the game." I was popping off. You have no idea how much I was freaking out because Necrozma was set up with Cosmic Power, and I'm like, I have a chance. I can actually win this game. If anyone watched the Buxton versus me game week 11, it was terrible for me. I couldn't get any momentum. This game was the complete opposite. I started with that, and I instantly knew I got a shot this game. It's still going to be an uphill challenge because
I don't know why he would never go Pelipper on that. I get
he thought I was clicking knockoff, and he wanted to keep the Damp Rock.
I mean, that's understandable. I get it. It's just, it's either Fairthorn and let it take the Focus Punch and get at least a little damage off, or you go Pelipper and you just break the the thing, and you have to sacrifice Rain at that point. But you don't let your one Mon that he like Mystery cannot like. Look at his team. Nothing on this team can take any move from the Obscune. Like save Chestnut can take 1.5. It just gets to the point where it's like, I don't know why you would ever go hard on Obstagoon.
That was the thing we had in Mox, is that I had the Facade Obstagoon, and Chestnut was the only answer.
And Chestnut still takes like what, 60 from Facade? It's
It takes, if he is Jolly,
Adamant max attack.
if he's Adamant, I think it's a 50-50 to kill, like 2 KO.
it's too much, and it's like.
But I did have lefties. That's what it was.
Obstagoon is a
That was
beast.
Rocky Helmet. I think with lefties and Spiky Shield, I could live anything. Basically, the first time around, I brought Maul Wild Defensive. I was like, oh, I can try and wall this out. I went back to my roots. I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to be able to wall this out. Let me just go basically hyper offense with Misdreavus, and we'll figure this out and just,
Chestnut
go from
was
there.
Too,
And you
to
did.
help out with Swampert and Obstagoon.
Yeah.
Like Chestnut, if you have Synth, it can take on the Obstagoon because.
But the thing is, it's rain, so it's like, I was scared that I wouldn't be able to heal
This
up.
is only healing 33.
I mean,
Mhm.
yes, but you had Synthesis, Leftovers, and Drain Punch. So at that point, it was like you were getting to the point where he could never 2-KO you.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So it just was at my point where it was like Obstagoon was such a big part of this game that Mystery didn't have like, if you play it right and you like don't like let the Chestnut heal a whole lot, or you keep Rain up to where Synthesis is nerfed, stuff like that. You like, and then every time Chestnut is in, if you're forcing him to heal, that's getting Zapdos in for free, which.
Oh, dude, 100%. If he
It's
keeps
like-
Obstagoon alive, he probably wins this game.
Exactly.
I mean,
It's just like I don't understand, but
look, my matchup was really, really bad here.
I
So
do
like,
want to give props to Buxton though, because it's just the fact of like that was crazy. The freaking focus punch doing 50.
dude,
Oh my
I don't want you to have to keep pausing, but I just want you to know I did focus punch to bait the Pelipper out because I wanted to kill it, and then Sucker got a min roll and I didn't kill, and I'm like, well, that fucking blows.
Yeah.
It's like the
Pads
Pads
Greninja was
Greninja
cool.
Great, yeah,
Pad's Grind was fucking awesome.
but Waterfall. Did
Oh, and
so
then-
much in Rain. Oh my god.
And then Rain ended. I'm like, he's going Latios. So I
And
fucking
then
got him.
Night Slash, and I was like, oh. I mean, there was no reason not to Night Slash, like ever.
Then he's forced to put his Rain up again because otherwise he just loses. I'm able to go Chestnut. I know he's forced to attack me. Eat that fucking up. You love to see it. This is the only play I got wrong was like fucking Toxic.
Mhm.
But I was preventing Zapdos from coming in for free. And then Misdreavus. It was Choice Specs. Look at that damage. That was Choice Specs. Misty Inferno. Pain.
I like how freaking like Flip Turn didn't even kill though. And then
Oh,
he landed
dude,
the
no.
Inferno and killed it. Yeah.
Go
That was
Misdreavus. Go
And
Misdreavus.
then he couldn't even kill with the Volt Switch. I was like, no.
I remember
why?
a few weeks ago you were saying every mod on this team had a roll, and I was like, Misdreavus hasn't
And then
come to
he
anything, but he's.
Earthquaked. Oh my god. I never caught
Yeah,
of this.
Misdreavus kind of went off.
Yeah, but
And then at this point, I think obviously playoffs differential does not matter. I'm like, all right, flinch or just hope for flinch. I don't get it. I'm like, okay, Rotom has a eject button, and I'm like, fuck, this sucks because if he like crits me, he gets 2 chances to crit me or
you got
confuse me.
45, and then you swap.
So at this point, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna waste Hurricanes. That's fine, whatever. I'm gonna try and get a Toxic up. If I do, the game's over. He misses, I get Toxic. Game over. He wasn't gonna land all of them. I mean, you can be upset, but like, he had to hacks me to win at this point because Rotom lived one more Hurricane and just had to overheat and it for sure killed.
Yeah.
So, if it was regular season, I would feel bad, but differential doesn't matter at all in playoffs.
But
And that was the game.
no, it was a really great game, and I agree. So now, guys, we have it, the fated rematch. I'm excited to see it. Will versus Mystery.
I am looking at this.
Yes, I want to do
I'm
a little
looking
bit
at
of a
this
team
matchup.
preview. Yeah, let's do a little bit of a team preview. We're not gonna go too far into it because we do have Mystery here, but yeah. So biggest thing I see is this Gren VP. This Gren VP that Mystery so dearly loves looks like it's gonna be a huge.
I agree.
This game is gonna be the momentum battle of the year. It's just gonna be chipping. You're not gonna see like, it might be a little bit even boring in the beginning. People might be like, oh my god, if we just waited for this game, and it's gonna be a little like, it's both players are gonna be hacking at each other to get momentum in this game. It's gonna be who can chip each other's walls, who can start to break, and then my prediction is that first big wall, whether it be Finny, Gigalith, Toxapex, one of those,
Or
whatever,
Rotom.
like gets super chipped in this game and can't like heal properly, we're gonna start to see that momentum shift to the other person, and we're gonna see that maybe they can break through those walls because
Yeah.
on both sides, these walls and versatility are so crazy that it's just gonna be at a crazy momentum battle. It's whatever offensive mon can break through. Yeah,
It's like you look at will size and you see walls in Fable, Corviknight, Toxapex, Gigalith.
It's a battle.
Mew can be a defensive threat, and then Mystery's got Feeny, Rotom, Necrozma, Chestnut, Munchlax. Do not count out the Munchlax.
I would count.
Mystery was putting in work too.
Like, this is going to be a game won by defense.
It really will. Funnily enough,
I have to agree. Yeah.
It's going to be a game won by defense and momentum. Whoever can keep the momentum for, I want to say, 60 to 70% of this game is going to win. And whatever wall breaks first. That's what I say. The first, like, I'm not going to say whoever gets the first death
big
wins.
read. Like, say...
Catch a Gigalith. Catch a
like say
Lando
like
T,
exactly
something.
like Mystery catches Toxapex coming in on Mega Mall and he clicks Thunder Punch.
It's just it's gonna be big. I see if Rotom Heat goes down early, I can see that a big shift in Will's favor with just extremely difficult time killing stuff like Corviknight, which is the big one. He has other ways to do it, but it just makes it that much harder.
Yeah.
I will say a big thing with Mystery this year, Mawile hasn't been terrible for him, but it has been known to get chipped down and die very early in a lot of games. And that's a big thing, I think, if Mawile comes, that it needs to stay healthy for a lot of this.
See, that's the thing, is I've been using it to, like, break down the walls for Greninja. It's almost like the opposite of what it really should be. It should be Gren chipping everybody, you turning into Mawile. It's just kind of been Mawile, focus punching 4 different Pokemon, and then Gren getting in and doing work.
Gren coming in and just clearing everything else out.
I'm okay with Mawile's role. I do hope it can stay alive because I think, obviously, I don't know if it's coming yet. I'll deadass haven't built yet. But if it's here, I think it can do work. Because it's Mawile. And yeah, well, I'll give you a little pointer. Greninja will be here. He's the Gren VP for a reason. So.
No, I definitely.
Well, he didn't get the MVP, so.
Well, he should have. Anyway, looking at the matchup for me personally. That was
your opinion.
Rotom Heat is a huge player. I don't know if I'm gonna bring it. I think for me, sand is definitely an issue. Like the drill could be a problem.
Yeah, big drill could be a problem.
I think Sceptile is interesting. We have a little different teams from when we last played. I had the Cobalion. What was the other Pokemon I had? Noivern, and he had.
He had Dracozolt.
Yep.
Stoutland. Or
yep.
Vanilla.
So
Vanilla.
this matchup is definitely similar from last time, but it's different, and I think that's cool. It's gonna add a little wrinkle to it. I wonder if Nihilego can do anything.
Before we end up, we're gonna probably close it up here. Big players that I think will come. But my predictions right now. Nihilego has a decent game. I think it does really well in this matchup, and I see it having a big game. Late, like a late game sweep or something like that. And then this Mega Sceptile. It looks deadly. It looks really scary. Just like any kind of versatile set, maybe even the DD, maybe even...
Doesn't get DD.
Whatever, Swords Dance.
Why
does regular Sceptile get DD and not Mega Sceptile?
Regular Sceptile does not get DD.
It does.
Yes, it does.
It does.
It actually does.
I know that Sceptile does get DD.
Did they give it to him in Gen 8?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, see, that I didn't know. Well, that's good to know. Because no fucking clue.
But,
wow.
Yeah, big thing for me is Mega Sceptile, Nihilego. Watch those names. And then a little bit sneaky of that Weavile. The Weavile's going to be a little scary. But two big ones for... Sorry. Two big ones for... Mystery is going to be Greninja, Nihilego, and then 2 big ones for Will is going to be Weavile and Mega Sceptile. Go ahead, Slink.
I agree on the Weavile. I agree on the Greninja, not necessarily on the Nihilego or the Sceptile. I think the other big one is going to be Mew and Lando.
Lando's been the playoff MVP so far. Let's keep it a $150.
Mew and Weavile, and then Lando and Greninja. Those are going to be the big mons.
I can see it happening. I just meant my off-the-wall picks is going to be Nihilego and putting in work. And then my like regular picks is gonna be Weavile and Rotom. So.
We'll see. Maybe Drodagon will make his appearance. You know,
No,
get ready.
He got picked up to never come to a game. He's just a mascot.
Hey man,
He's here. He just looks pretty. We're good.
he's pampering Misdreavus on the sideline, giving him that back rub. My guy Paul.
But,
yeah, I think this is gonna be heat. Oh, I actually have to update this. This needs to say.
big congratulations to Mystery. Just want to throw that out there. Huge
Appreciate
congratulations.
it,
yeah,
man.
dude.
Thank you.
We're rounding out at a good 35 minutes, so I think that's good for a playoff one. Big shout out, of course, to Slink joining us like usual.
Oh, actually, before we go, you guys got predictions for finals?
I have Mystery winning 2-0.
Yo, you let us see it.
I am.
It's tough. I know it's tough. Like it's. Look, this is the rematch that no one wanted, but everyone like wanted
know
to
you're
kind
all
of see
gonna-
again.
Slink,
I know
have
I'm
the
gonna get
over-under.
shit for this, but I'm thinking it's gonna be Will on like a 1 or a 2-0.
That's fair.
I had Mystery winning 2-0 finally come out, but I had the over-under being Mystery 2-0, Will 1-0 on either win.
Yeah.
So. And then.
Like this is literally, it's like coin flip. Who does RNG want to love?
And look, in the past, it's sucked off Will RNG gods. All right, let me hold on. I'm gonna back up the chair. All right, I'm gonna get on my knees. All right, I do not care. Please help me for fucking once. I'm asking you, give me some luck in a fucking playoff game. I'm not asking for like every miss. I'm just asking for one crucial miss. I don't care if I win by hacks. I want to beat this motherfucker so bad. Do not let him go back to back. Come on, please. Amen.
Do not let Will be the 2-time.
No.
Look,
I have
it's up to
Mystery
me.
2-0, but I have Mystery 2-0 with Mega Sceptile having 3 kills and Nihilego having 2. So,
Okay.
big wins,
We'll
wins.
see.
I think we
I'm-
have Mystery's deaths spread around, so I think Landon
I'm a little biased on this one. I think Will win 6-0. He's just too good.
yeah, no.
I'm gonna.
I'm alive if he actually does 6-0 you.
I'll take myself, but I think it's gonna be.
It'll definitely be.
I think it's gonna be closer than it looks. 3-0.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Like a 3-0 where like all your
Two
monsters
mons
shift
are
down
low.
to like
Yeah,
20%.
And it's like one mon sweeps at the end or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, that's going to wrap it up. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for all the coaches that joined us for NCL Season 3. I never got to say that before, but big
Two.
shout out to you guys. We
It was
had
a blast.
an amazing season. This season was
Thank y'all for
more
coming
than I
out.
ever could have hoped for. So
This
please
season
join
was
us.
dope.
Come
And
back
after
for
this is
NCL
over,
Season 3.
See y'all for Season 3.
Yeah, exactly. But hopes will rise again. But yeah, let's close out this season strong, guys. And big appreciation hug, big appreciation thumbs up for all of you guys. Really appreciate it. And yeah, that's where we're gonna do it. So for one of the final times for this season, I'll catch you on the flip side. See y'all later. Bye.
Hi, Internet.
Yeah.